Welcome to the Safe Par Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Derek.
I'm your host, Dominic.
We are currently on episode 118, and we are happy to be joined by JD with 7 Iron Golf. Make sure to give them a follow on Instagram. Their handle is at 7 Iron Golf. That's the number 7iron.golf. JD, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Well, of course, it's a pleasure to be here. I wouldn't turn this down for nothing in the world.
Excited about this episode. We're looking at the video. If you have we have YouTube, of course. So if you're looking at the video on Friday, he's got an awesome backdrop with all the Jordans. So we'll definitely talk sneakers. But 7 Iron Golf is a really cool company. You just kind of started not too long ago, from my understanding. But can you kind of give us a little bit of the backstory of how it got started?
Sure. Honestly, I was just an average golfer who was really into shoes. I was a sneakerhead growing up all my life. And as I got into golf, I noticed that I always felt there was like a lack of creativity when it comes to us wearing sneakers and as the culture is changing and playing golf. So I thought about wanting to get into the golf game, but also like finding an apparel or a product to sell in this kind of golf space. I looked around. I knew it was pretty saturated for the most part, but I just thought the gloves were lacking. We just decided to start 7 Iron Golf. Originally, it was called 7 Iron Glove. And obviously, we chose 7 because it was, the most consistent club in the bag, as they would say. And when I first got my lessons, they were like, bring your 7 iron. It's the most consistent club in the bag. It's the easiest to hit. So our motto is stay consistent. As you will see on our website, even in the insert in our hat, it'll say stay consistent. So we're really big on that. So that's kind of how we got started. And the joys in the journey, and we're loving it so far.
That is the least consistent club in my bag because I don't have it in my bag.
I was going to say I broke it. We had to get that out. Let's get that out of the way.
Well, as soon as you said based on my 7 iron, I was like, oh.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I don't have one.
It's kind of what I figured. I definitely wanted to ask, where you got the name from. And that makes sense.
Right.
Speaking of that, I'm rocking the glove right now. I wanted to kind of display it.
Appreciate that.
Model it. So rocking the glove, 7 Iron hoodie. Appreciate it. Like I said, I wear this thing all the time. So for anyone who
he literally made me jealous, so I ordered one. I was like, it just looks comfortable. It's sleek.
It is.
I know in the Instagram post I said minimally branded, stuff like that. And I don't want to mean that in like a negative way, but it's very minimal in the branding, which I think a lot of people actually really like. We're going from Palm, where it's much more floral, kind of out there in terms of prints, to 7 Iron, and it's just a 7. I really like how minimally branded it is, but to me, it's like you don't have to say much about it. I'm wearing the vest, and I really like that it has pockets. That was my thing, and I like how deep the pockets are. It's kind of wild.
Yep.
But I enjoy the branding or lack of branding, or however you want to spin that. But I like it.
I mean, that was the goal. It was to create a almost like a as we would say a capsule wardrobe type of vibe. Super simple, 2 colors, monotone. The black and whites definitely our colors. As you see, I have the polo one now. The spring collection we're dropping soon. But our goal was to kind of keep it simple and then keep it classy. I think golf is the game that has a super long tradition, and we wanted to stay in the lines of the tradition, but yet kind of lean over into pushing more of the cool hip side that's coming.
Yep, for
we
sure.
want to be on the forefront of that as well.
I love that. So when did you start the company?
Officially in 2021. I never forget it. 2021 is when we started, and it's been almost a year before we started to drop our original glove, our very, very first glove. So it took a year to talk to manufacturers and travel and see different factories and touch gloves and touch materials to really say, hey, this is the one. So, before that, it was trial and error. It was placing an order and wishing for the best. And, in all honesty, I ran through a couple $1,000s on samples I just never used. And now we're here, with a real plush product, and we stand by that.
It is a nice glove, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was telling Derek, we've been sent gloves before, and some of them have like that really weird, like funky smell to them.
Right.
And the first thing I noticed was like your guys is you don't have that funky smell. And it just fits good. It's soft.
Yeah, solid fit.
Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you get it and you're just like, oof, like it just smells like paint.
Right. Well, so we've tried different manufacturers, obviously across the globe. We started in China. We went to Pakistan and in that region, but we ended up in Indonesia, and they make the best gloves hands down. I know you guys follow. I'm pretty sure you guys will follow Land Force. Land, is that his name? Land Force. He talks about
I don't know if we.
he kind of, not, I wouldn't say he exposes the game, but
I
he
know you're
definitely
talking about.
talks.
Yeah.
Right. He's really good at that.
Yep.
And you know, he mentioned my manufacturer one time, and I got super nervous, like, oh my God, the world's gonna know where I get my gloves from, because they're literally one of the best manufacturers. So what they'll do is, and to go back to that smell, what you're smelling is a lot of times the leather is curated and is dipped to make it last longer, but it really doesn't. The best leather is the purest leather, the AAA Cabrera leather, and that's the leather that we decide to use for our gloves. So that funky smell,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it probably came from a factory out in China, and that's kind of, or Pakistan. They both have that similar process to their gloves, which we weren't a big fan of, so we decided to go the opposite direction. Honestly,
Sure. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just something I noticed, and I was like, "Oh, I like it." Yeah.
Well, you know what? Too, I noticed it too, and something else that you would notice is if you put your hand in the glove, sometimes you can pull your hand out, and it's not like a white powder
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
all over the gloves. Our gloves don't have that either, and that was something that was also big when we started to try out different gloves. So I can point out differences in our gloves versus just a standard glove that you would find on at Dick's or something. I mean, there's thousands of differences that I can really point out about our gloves.
Sure. Kind of going back to you're talking about those samples. We've dabbled a very small amount of that, but I have kind of looked into that a little bit too, and I can see where you're coming from with samples. It can get very expensive. It's like you obviously don't
Right.
want to, order a bulk and it turned out to be a terrible product, but at the same time, like you do a small little run just to try it out, and it gets very expensive. So,
And I've done that. I've ordered the bulk and it was like, man, I thought I
Yeah.
had it. The sample looked really good. I ordered the bulk, and it was, so I threw away 600 gloves. So, and I would rather throw them away than try and sell them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it speaks volumes to like what you're trying to put out there, right? You're trying to
Yeah.
put out a
Right.
quality product, and you're so that definitely speaks volumes.
Stuck.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the game of golf? Let's kind of like rewind a little bit and
Okay.
talk about before you started the company. Yeah, what did you do before? Did you have anything in business in golf?
Yeah.
What was the
Tell us about you.
Yeah, learn a little bit about
Well,
yourself.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know I played college football for the University of Kentucky. I was there, and I heard, obviously you hear about golf, you see golf all the time. Tiger Woods is obviously a big influence, but he
Mhm.
wasn't necessarily an influence in golf. He was just an influence in sports. And I sit back and think about it, like, yeah, I like golf. Tiger Woods was really good at golf, but yeah, I've never picked up a golf club until I was older in life. I had a pretty good job. I was in the marketing, and I got invited to a couple events, and they were like, "Oh, we're meeting at a golf course for a golf retreat or whatever the case may be for work."
Sure.
And I as an athlete, I don't want to be the worst person in any sport. And I realized, I'm out there in this small. I mean, he had to be like 5'6", ordinary looking white guy with sandals, and is hitting the ball, 250, 260. And I'm like, I can do that. That machismo way about these football players. Like, I can do that. And then I realized, like, oh, I can't. I can't. So I think from there, I started to say, well, let me dabble. So I bought some clubs maybe in 2016, 2017 was the first time I picked up a golf club, and I've literally been addicted ever since. And it's all, golf is a game you really can't beat. So I just started playing golf like every day. I moved to a home in South Florida that was, the backdrop was a golf course. So I used to try and walk out there when the marshal left, and I tried to just hit some balls every day. And then the pandemic came, and they shut the course down. So now I was out there literally a day and night just playing golf, just trying to figure this game out. I'm addicted, and now I'm here, So that's how golf started for me.
Yeah, that's what we kind of most of the stories that we hear are the same thing. It's like they pick it up and then they become extremely addicted to it. And as yourself,
Right.
you're a former college football player. You're obviously a gifted athlete and talented athlete. Where do you rank golf as far as like difficulties in sports, considering it's just like a little white ball in the grass and it's not moving?
I've had this question before. I still think, golf is tough. I would never underestimate golf. I think basketball was actually pretty tough. Football, obviously, the toughest, just because of the physical aspect. So I would say physically football, but mentally it has to be golf. You can come have a great round on a Monday, and on a Tuesday play completely different, and you're questioning life. You're questioning like, who am I? Like, what happened to this shot? I used to have a draw, now I have a fade. Like, what's going on? So golf is a game. I think mentally it wears on you, but that's also the reason why you come back. You know, it's you play terrible game, you play terrible from holes 1 through 17, and on the 18th hole you hit a perfect draw, a chip in, a up and down putt. You know, you hit a par. You're like, I'm coming back tomorrow just because of that last hole. So definitely golf.
Do you think golf is the hardest sport?
Okay, so
because I would say baseball is the hardest. You got to hit a round ball that goes 104 and moves with a round bat.
That's probably what I would put is baseball. But again, you talk about every sport is obviously a little bit different. I just think it's crazy the fact that the ball isn't moving and you kind of are the one controlling where the ball goes. And again, like you said, like one day you can show up and shoot the best round ever, and then you could brag up to your buddies, go out the next day and literally shoot the worst round. So I think and it doesn't matter really who you are and how good of an athlete you are. It's hard to really say, but I would say probably hitting a 100-mile-an-hour baseball would be
104.
And then also switching it up to a changeup that's going 60 miles.
I mean, there's one dude.
But also at what level?
It just fucking goes.
What level are you playing to see 104 baseball? I mean, you gotta be
majors.
That's the real deal. I think, and that's why I say, unfortunately, I've never played baseball. I've always wanted to. I've never played baseball, but I would say baseball is definitely tough. I would, I just think golf has that it factor of I can hit the ball 300 yards if I'm lucky. I think in baseball there is no lucky. There is no either you got it or you don't. You can close your eyes and swing 1,000 times, you're never gonna hit the sweet spot of a baseball. So I just think golf kind of gives it. That's why baseball's harder. To your point.
Sure.
Well, baseball is the only sport you get paid to fail at.
That's true.
If you think about it like that.
What do you mean?
Batting averages. Yeah. So if you hit like a really good player will bat 330, that means you're hitting 33 out of 100 baseballs.
Yeah.
That's failing. You know what I mean?
That's an F.
Yeah.
Big time.
That's like call your mom.
Right.
But so you went to University of Kentucky. Are you originally from Kentucky? Okay.
I was actually born in Baytown, Texas.
Oh, you were? Okay, so that's right. The reason why I asked is I have some family that actually live near the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers campus. So I've been out there a few times.
What the fuck are the Hilltoppers?
At Western Kentucky.
That's Western Kentucky.
Yeah, that's their name.
Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it's actually a beautiful campus. Yeah. But I was just curious.
Isn't it close? That's close to Tennessee.
It is.
That's really close to Tennessee.
That's
like, right.
It's about 45 minutes. So normally we've driven it, which has been kind of an animal driving, but normally we'd fly into Tennessee and it's just like about 45-minute drive.
Right.
So Texas, the cool thing with Texas too, I mean, obviously it gets super hot, but you get to play golf all year round, I'd imagine, for the most part, which has probably helped your game. Even in Florida too, when you're there, you can play all year round.
Right.
Were you getting out like almost every day?
Here in Texas or in Florida?
Either or. Like right now you're in Texas right now, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
I played more golf in Florida because it just didn't get as hot. I always say if I knew Texas got this hot, I probably wouldn't have moved here. The whole last year from July, the entire month was triple digits, unheard of heat, and it's super uncomfortable. So I play as much as I can. I'm a member of a course here, so I try and go out. Daily. It's sad as it sounds. I go out daily. I go out about from 3 to 6. And I'll just, chip and putt, or I'll try and squeeze 18 in as the course is dying down in the afternoons. So, I try to play every day. I try to, unless I'm traveling for work, I try and play every day.
Yeah. Well, good for you. That's awesome. I feel like a lot of the companies and entrepreneurs, business owners that we talk to, they would obviously like to play golf every day, but really they're playing golf maybe once or twice a week. And that's kind of where I'm at. We're in Minnesota, so we're very limited. Granted, this year has been kind of crazy.
It's a mental health break, man. I need my 2 to 3 hours of because I still have a full-time job, I still have a full-time gig. 7 iron is my 5 to 9. So, and hopefully I'm looking to kind of really jump into 7 iron full time. I think it'll be This next drop I have coming, I think it will allow me to say, all right, 9 to 5, like I'm out of here. But until then,
Hopefully,
you
yeah.
know, yeah. So you literally have 2 jobs. I think I can take 2 hours for myself and go hit some golf balls. And,
Exactly. I
you
love
know,
it. So 7 Iron Golf, it's a golf glove company. That's kind of how it started.
mhm.
But obviously, talking about the sweatshirt, the vest, you have polos, bucket hats. Can you talk a little bit more about how you kind of transition to some other stuff? And then, you're talking about the new line or new drop. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think we came out with the golf gloves. It was a small order initially, meaning we only had the white glove. We really wanted to go into a bunch of different colors, but my fear was I needed to get the quality first before I jumped out there and start doing like blue gloves and pink gloves, which are coming. But I wanted to make sure we got the quality first. Again, golf is a very traditional game. If you look out there right now, maybe 99% of the players are wearing a white glove. Besides my man who was at the Waste Management. Is it Harmon who had the green glove? Not Harmon. I forgot his name. He
Hoffman,
had the green glove.
Charlie Hoffman, I think normally
Right,
rocks that.
right.
Yeah.
So he's the only one I've ever seen with like a green glove next to Bubba, right, with a pink glove
Yeah.
or something like that. But so it's still a traditional game. So I knew in order to really get into the market, I wanted to create a black glove. I wanted to create a white glove, and show everybody the quality was there. I want to be able to say, I can ask a random golfer, if you was to remove this label, what glove is it? And they'll say, well, I don't know. It's maybe a Titleist, a FootJoy, or a Callaway. And those are the 3 names we want to be compared to at all times. So we want to create the quality first. So the quality is there. Now we can dabble into the colors. I would never want to kind of get into the colored gloves, which I realize are actually, they're just white gloves dyed, in all honesty, like all leather. So I wanted to make sure we had the integrity of the quality. The integrity was there, top quality gloves. Now we can kind of go into the next drop, which would be different colors. But once we had the white gloves and the black gloves, I needed something else in between. And I think the black collection was the perfect, signature five pieces, the vest, the hoodie, the polo, the crew, along with the tee. Those were like the staple pieces that we needed to have in golf, casual, and then the technical side, obviously the vest and the hoodie. But then the crew provided this really super casual feel, and we did the patch, which is really cool. I think it's probably one of the best pieces that we do have. But I also want to create a poly cotton blend polo. I mean t-shirt that I always talk about. I think it's the greatest feeling t-shirt that I've personally ever felt. And I'm not saying that because I'm the owner, I promise you. I'm saying it because of the time and effort it took into really just tailoring the quality of a t-shirt, and I always talk about this in my last videos. I wanted to get down to like the 0.5 or 0.6 when it comes to the poly cotton blend, which we did. So I stand by that. I think we have one of the best t-shirts in the game, and that's for the 19th hole. That's for hanging out with the family, being casual, a small silkscreen logo on there. It just made sense, So
Sure.
that's the in-between space. I wanted to show everybody we can create a quality glove, and then I also have a quality line to back it up. But we are a golf glove company at heart. I really stand there. I stick on that. I'm going to down that mountain, and we're a golf glove company. And you'll see within our next 4 to 5 drops. I mentioned in the past video I want to do 12 gloves, and I mean it. I want to drop 12 gloves this year, and I want to drop 12 gloves that any and everyone can pick up to represent your sports team, to represent, your fraternity, your sorority, or whatever that you're doing. Your, whatever college team. I want to be in that space where people feel comfortable representing their favorite sports team in golf as well.
I like that. That's very cool.
I'm so happy you talked about white gloves because I don't think I've worn a white glove in probably years.
And I typically wear a white glove, but
Yeah,
What do you
I
wear?
think it's probably the most boring part of golf is just the white glove.
Right.
So like you sent us a white and a black glove. I took the black one and I was like, Derek, like I got the OJ glove. Like let's
Right.
go. Otherwise, I'm a big fan of G4. So like I have like a pink one. I've got like a dark blue. I had like a purple lavender one that was
Mhm.
super dope.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Let me ask you a question. What do you think about the G4 quality?
I like it.
I like it too.
I like it.
I like it too. I like it too. The reason why I say that is because we're running into the same people. And if you can, and that's a high quality glove. So if I tell you you can take that patch off of the G4 glove and put my patch on, and vice versa, and you couldn't tell the difference, then I think I'm winning, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
And
well, I was
that's
getting to
the
that too
point.
because you have, I believe it's like 2 for $35. You get
Mhm.
the white and black one.
Yeah. Price point is
Dude,
really good.
that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like crazy,
Right.
like good. Like that's unreal. Um, yeah, I think the white gloves are like super boring. Just me personally. I think that's like the
Right.
one part of people's game that they could easily spice up. I feel like they're too afraid to. Start with black glove. I mean, I started like a blue one. I've had all sorts of colors.
I've had all sorts of colors too, but I I'm different. Like I like kind of the bright stuff, but for the most part, I can't go wrong with a nice black polo or a black t-shirt. Like you mentioned that t-shirt and we were talking beforehand, like I want to get the polo and the bucket hat, but when you talk about a nice t-shirt for me, like I love black t-shirts, so I'm definitely gonna have to get that as well. It's something you can wear
Oh, I'm wearing one.
on a, you know, you can go
Funny
to the
enough.
range or you can play 9 holes, whatever you want. You can wear it on the course, you know. With that being said, though, we talked about it. You're on your website. You do have kind of a promotion going on right now. You want to talk
Right.
a little bit about that?
Sure. Right now, we're doing a spring cleaning promotion. We're doing 40% off. I'm actually dropping an email to what's today. So I'm dropping an email on Friday to all our consumers saying that, hey, we're doing a 40% off spring cleaning. And it's more so to get I want to get the product in the customer's hands.
Yep.
You know, I want them to feel it, touch it the same way when you guys, you know, a lot of times you be like, oh, we're doing polos. Okay, cool. Or we're doing hoodies. And like, all right, cool. When you feel it, you're like, oh, this is legit. It's not some, you know, fly by night company. So I really, you know, money's great. Let me be honest with you, but I think a happy customers is way more important than, you know, if I sold you a $100 vest and it's crappy, I'll never see you again. But if I sell you a quality hoodie or a vest, I'm gonna see you again eventually, you know, especially if we do a cool colorway. We're not gonna be blinding, meaning we're not gonna have our branding all over it. And even with the black glove, I catch a lot of flack for that because someone says, I don't know it's your glove. And I'm like, if you know, you know. And I'm okay with that as well. I want you to have a quality glove, not, you know, a big logo on it sticking out like a peacock. It's just there and it's subtle and it works. And the black collection was just a great addition to that. So 40% off. We're running that till about March 15th. I really want to kind of get the product in the hands of the people and have them judge. My inbox is filled with people just saying great quality. They love the gear. They love the texture. They love the feel. And they're really surprised about, you know, by the quality. So I think we live for that right now.
Do you have a promotional code that you have to use at checkout, or is it automatically it will apply?
Nope, automatic.
Okay,
You
cool.
know, it's spring cleaning. It's just preparing us for more products to come.
Like you mentioned, though, like the hoodie. I mean, I have a bunch of hoodies, and I have some plenty of nice quality hoodies, but again, like the feel, it's not heavy, but it's not light. It's like I said,
Right.
it's almost like the perfect type of hoodie. And like I
Right.
said, I wear it all the time, so it's
Right.
um a very comfortable hoodie, and the size fits really well. So, I mean, I think this is a large, and I normally wear a large, so like
Awesome.
it fits solid. That's really exciting. I love that, and again, you know, finding the quality product and getting it in their hands is the key component, right? Because it's like anybody can come up with a product and sell it, but it's to get that repeat, you know, the repeat customer, and that's really
Right.
the difficult
Right.
part.
Well, and
So
me being and
no,
like
go ahead.
I work in customer service, kind of. I don't know. My job's weird.
Yeah,
I do like everything.
Yeah, it's here.
I always tell my staff, I'm like, don't get me wrong, it's great to come in, sell stuff to everybody all day,
Mhm.
but I guarantee you it makes more of a difference to that person if you sell them on what they want, but also be like, hey, try this out too, like just a recommendation. You know, maybe it's a little bit of a cheaper option, but I guarantee you're going to see them again. But I also wanted to point out with you, I can tell you like really appreciate little details, especially with everything. So like the hoodie things,
Yeah.
you know, they're metal.
Yep.
And then
Just little, like,
my
stuff.
favorite part of the glove is the little 7 right
Subtle.
there. I thought it was so like you saying
Got
like,
down. I wanted to hold my hand for a second. Like, what's going on
I
here?
mean, do you want to? No, your wife might yell at me.
My wife would be upset.
But you know, you're saying like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's just those like little details where you're like, okay, I know it's a 7-iron glove. That's why I like the all black one because it's like at first I was like murdered out. It looks super good. But then I flipped it over and there's a little 7. And I was like, oh, it's
That is really cool.
a nice little touch.
First
No.
episode that I've wore a glove to, and it's
I appreciate that.
It's
I
a little
appreciate
weird.
that.
okay.
And
yeah, no,
a quick
just wearing it a little bit.
My
That was
hand,
hilarious.
my hand would get all sweaty.
Yeah.
Interesting fact on that hoodie is that we didn't want to go with the traditional fleece, so we ended up spending extra on doing the terry cloth. So if you flip it over, it's not that material that leaks everywhere. It's the actual terry cloth hoodie, and I think that's the difference in it. Yeah, it's not that traditional fleece stuff that leaks. No, this is quality here. Yeah,
so all the details, my friend. I love it. Like I said, I'm not just trying to get people to go to the sweatshirt. Like I said I'm fully mean it. Like I rock this thing on almost a daily basis. Like I just throw it on. I do, yeah. Like I wash my clothes all the time, but it's one of those things where it's like if it's still in Minnesota right now, it's 50 degrees, so it's like one of those things. If I'm just gonna go for a quick walk, just throw it on with my, whatever.
What's the temp right now? 39.
It's very comfortable. So, okay. So out of all the products that you have, what is your favorite product personally, like that you've created?
I think it would be out of everything, out of the gloves, the buckets, everything.
Yeah, everything.
It has to be the all black glove. When I the first time I saw it, because I had specific instructions, I seen a Callaway glove. It had perforated black leather and it was shiny. And I'm like, I don't think the OJ glove was shiny. Like, give me a matte. I really want, the name of the glove is the Orenthal. So, it was, I always had that thought process of doing an all black glove, black logo, black everything. And as you look at it, I don't want that shiny black. I want that more of a matte black.
Yep.
So to get the sample, make a few changes and get the final product, I was like, this is it. Like, this is the holy grail of gloves for me, because it allowed me to it showed me that my manufacturer can do colors, number one, and they can do colors at a high quality. So I think the black glove is probably the greatest. And I promise you, it's so durable. It lasts for a very, very, very long time. So I'm excited about that.
Have you thought about selling one of those like glove sleeves? Or not glove sleeves, but like glove compartments, like where you can just like put the glove, almost like an old CD booklet where you put the CD. Have you thought about doing anything like that?
God, you guys are old.
Yeah, it's on the way. CD booklets. I still have one of those in my car. I still use mine. No,
exactly.
No, actually, it's something that I've thought about.
My car doesn't even take CDs.
That was actually the reason why you had this type of material on the inside, so you can actually use it for cleaning the CDs off.
The original terry cloth was used for that. Absolutely right. No,
exactly. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
No, you're good. You're good. I thought about those cases. I think so I always, sadly, my team is pretty small and we've never found a use for those cases in our team, but that doesn't mean that we can't create it eventually. It's another product. I'm pretty sure our manufacturer now, if I tell him, hey, I need this, they can kind of go out there and find it and kind of bring it to me. But maybe because I know a couple companies that do it. I know Red Rooster does it for it, and they're a huge inspiration to our brand as well. So there's a couple brands that I look at, that I don't necessarily run to the big golf brands, the Titleist and the Callaways. They're so far, we're a light years ahead of us. I get it.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that we can do as a small brand to kind of compete. And I always say, if I can break in and take 5% of the market, I'm rich. My family's rich. There's generational wealth because there's so much money in golf. So there's a lot of market research done for what I am trying to do. And as of right now, the glove case doesn't fit, but it may in the future.
Yeah.
Just
got a little
the shoe bag is the next thing I'm working on, because I want to be able to. I want you to wear your Jordan 1 mules. Terrible, but I want you to wear the Jordan 1 mules to the course, and then
I really want to.
I do too. I promise you, I was looking at the black ones today, and I'm like, oh man, I might just
those will hit clearance. Trust me.
You gotta text me when they go on clearance, so we can have a little group chat, clearance group chat, like clearance.
Yeah.
But I want you to wear the mules, bring the golf bag, and have the golf gloves, and then as we start to really match, we want to take advantage of the shoe drop culture or the drop culture in general. So when the shoe drops, we want to have a glove ready to go. That's ideally where the company will be. If a purple shoe drop, we want to have the purple glove or a black glove with the purple lining. We want to be there, and we want to be there the entire year. So for 2025, I'm working on, and that's 2025 because I want to understand the shoe culture, the shoe golf culture as it's changing now. You know, we definitely want to kind of go hand in hand with Nike. I think that's kind of where we would go. But we're looking at the FootJoys. We're looking at all the other companies. We're looking at Sunday Red now and what they have going on. And we want to make sure we mimic. And, you know, if Tiger's doing a black and white shoe, why not have a black and white glove ready to go? You know, sure. So we're working on that now. And that's why I say 12 gloves, but it's going to be, I'm going to do 12 gloves, but may only drop 6 because the 6 are the ones that's the most important, you know, not only to me, but to the golf culture at the time. But I want to have gloves in the tuck ready to go. So as soon as something drop, bam, it's the glove to match. Back in the days in the sneaker culture, I'm going to cut you off, but back in the days of the sneaker culture, you would buy a shoe and you get the shirt to match the same day. Like, why not match it up with gloves, you know?
God, I had matching shirts. That was a weird time.
It was a great time.
That was a weird time for sneaker culture.
Yeah.
That was back when everybody had the Nike Elites and like the Sperry's, though. I didn't like that.
The Nike Elite's fine, but the Sperry's.
Anyway, hear me out with the glove. This is a free idea. You can take it if you want, because I have no way to make this dream of mine come to life.
So block this out when you drop it on the regular podcast. No, I'm playing. I'm joking.
No. You can take it because it's specific to you. You know, you're wanting to match shoes with gloves. Dope. I'm all for it. I'm gonna have to buy like 15 of these things at this point, which means I'm gonna have to buy one of those damn books.
You're gonna have to buy. See now the book is gonna be.
So you could take the all black glove and then just like the 7 you could do like in the infrared, and then the 7 on the little thingamajig could just be red. You can match it with your infrared 6s, your bread 4s. I'm sorry, black cement 4s. I hate when people call them bread. It's black cement. And you could match it with a bunch of different shoes. And again, that's like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Let me show you guys something really quick. Can I walk away and come right back? All right.
Absolutely.
Oh God, does he have my idea?
He's already probably got it.
He probably has my
3 steps ahead.
Wait.
I was like, my God, I came up with something. He's gonna be like, boy, I already got it.
Don't worry, I got you. It's actually in the mail already, ready for you. You should be able to pick it up here tomorrow morning.
Medium large, baby. I got little hands.
I wanted to show you all the different.
Holy shit!
I wanted to show you like all the different gloves that we ran through to get where we're at today, right?
That purple one.
This is my
purple one. Sick.
This is a mauve glove that. This is the original 7-iron glove, right? And with this glove, these were dyed. Waste of money. I had a chemist. We talked about the dyeing process to dye. So I had 1,000 white gloves, and I started to dye some gloves to sell, right? So the point that you said, these are also a little darker, but super cool, still good quality, AAA leather. It was really, really good. But
mauve is like my favorite shade of purple too.
We had the blue, we had the teal.
I like that.
The teal was.
I used to have a teal G4 glove, kind of similar to that color. I
did too.
Yeah, we were already like, you know,
there you go.
We were there, but it wasn't a good quality. But to that one point you just said, let me find it.
Oh God, he's already got it.
No. Not all the way, but this is the idea of the football glove, right? Now, this is a sample. This is a sample. What I was showing you, and we're gonna do the stitching. And the reason why I'm showing you because in case someone else said, "Oh, I heard he didn't have this idea," I already had the idea. This is the actual glove, but
you got the sample.
You probably can't see it, right? But the color. That's brown stitching. On the white glove. So we were already thinking about it, and it's coming. So I mentioned 12 gloves to you. So we're going to do, which is really cool. I'll tell you guys first. Well, I'm telling the world now, but we're going to do a contrast glove, and the contrast glove is going to be the all black glove with white stitching. So it's the all black glove, white stitching. We're going to do the all white glove with black stitching. And then we're going to do the red and white, the blue. So it's going to be like a contrast, meaning the complete opposite. Like, could you imagine a black glove with white stitching? It's going to be so crazy, but
yeah, I like that.
It's going to be subtle too.
Got to be subtle. These are some of the really. I know we talked about glove leathers before. This was the original logo that I talked about, and yeah. But what you see is
the logo kind of looks like the Avengers A.
It does. You know what? Someone said my logo upside down reminds them of Liv. So I've heard it all. Right? I heard it all. But this is one of this. Now you see it, right?
Yeah.
But these are one of the gloves that we got from a country I will not name, and before you can even put the glove on, it ripped. So I'm just showing you, like, we've been through. I mean, this is not our first rodeo, guys. And the shattered backboard, we had the,
Of
but
course.
I love it.
the process was so difficult. It was more like a custom process. And in order to be a real business, I couldn't do custom work. If I got to order for 1,000 gloves, imagine me dyeing 1,000 gloves in the crib. It's going to be impossible. So,
Yeah.
so
Like
that
they do on
idea, that
TikTok,
idea
dyeing the first ones
dwindled.
in college.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That idea dwindled really quick. But all the different glove ideas, I promise you, we're thinking of things differently. We're thinking of really dropping some really cool stuff.
Have you ever so you obviously have a pretty good idea of what you kind of want to see in the future, 2025. What happens if the NBA comes to you and be like, hey, I love what you're doing? You'd mentioned teams and things like
Imagine
that.
getting that email from Adam Silver. Oh,
I'm
what's
sure it'll
up,
be from
dude?
Adam Silver, but that would be pretty
What's
dope.
up, dude?
Yes. Hey, I'm golfing. I'm wearing your glove right now, and I want to, franchising, for
Right.
example. Is that something that you've ever?
You just want a Timberwolves glove.
Well, yeah, that's.
I got you. I got
Yeah.
you. We're going to do that eventually. So this is the thing when it comes to licensing. So it was funny. I had a meeting with the guy who has the licensing. So you can get the licensing, maybe not me, with someone else who has the licensing can come to me and say, hey, we want you to create these gloves, not directly for Chicago Bulls, but for the Chicago Bulls fans, right?
Yep.
And I can do 1,000 gloves for Chicago Bulls and I have their logo. They'll end up charging so much for the licensing fee that it wouldn't make a benefit for my company right now. Eventually down the line, hell yes, I'll be like, sure, let's do it. Let's go. But the price point, I still want it to be an affordable price point, great quality, affordable price point, and then it really kind of gets the buzz out there. But doesn't that eliminate from the 7-Iron brand? Why hasn't Callaway done anything with the NBA? Why hasn't Titleist done anything with the NBA? So it's something there that, that if they haven't done it yet, maybe the door's going to open for a smaller brand. Maybe we'll see, but I don't think we're there yet. I don't think the NBA is even there yet because they can make their own gloves.
It's true. And I might have said franchising. I that's what I meant was licensing was because I know it's probably very expensive, which again, that's kind of what I was thinking more future wise in 3 to 5 years. I mean, is that something? I mean, do you have other goals? Do you have big picture goals? Some people that create a company have a 5-year plan, and some people are just like, you know what, we just wanted, we had an idea, and that's what we're doing. We're just gonna kind of wing it as we go. Are you pretty organized and you're detail oriented in your goals?
Great question. So I always say you create a company, you prop a company up for someone else to come in and buy and purchase it. This is my third company. And my first two companies one was purchased, and the other one, my half was bought out. For the work that I've done with the marketing, so forth and so forth. So here now, I'm at a point where I want to prop it up so good that Nike comes and says, hey, we'll buy this whole division from you. We will, whoever, Callaway, because Callaway and FootJoy, they all run in the same circle. We want to be the brand that's going to be making waves, but big enough that we get the attention of the bigger companies to come in and say, we want to purchase XYZ. At that particular point, honestly, I would rather have a conversation with my fans, people who really love the product, to say, how would you feel about if Callaway was to purchase our brand? And kind of see what they say. Oh no, Callaway is going to wash it out and yada, Sure. Do I have a commitment to them, or do I have a commitment to me, my family, and the generational wealth I receive if Callaway was to buy me out for, $5 million, $6, $8, $9, $10 million, whatever the case may be, So we've thought about it, but I love golf so much and I'm so passionate about it. I see myself sticking around in this space for a very long time. To go back to the whole Chicago Bulls glove or the Timberwolves glove, there's nothing for us to create the same colorway. Yeah. Nothing, and still have a 7-Iron glove, and no one can stop me. No one can say, hey, you can't use black, white, and red. That's Chicago Bulls. No, it's not. Anyone can use those colors, Exactly. So we're already thinking about it. People are approaching me to be investors. They see the bigger picture. So with the right backing, I think I can have every NBA team golf glove ready to go within the next 4 years, I would say. Next 2 years, honestly, really and truly. Next 2 years, just imagine every NBA team, and think about it. If I was to do a Chicago Bulls glove, quote unquote, that's already in the Atlanta Falcons glove.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
multiple. Yeah.
Think of that.
there's no changes to be made. So we're already thinking about, hey, let's create a Carolina blue glove, add a little black. Now we have the Carolina Panthers. You can have the Carolina, Tar Heels. You can, and anyone, any and everyone, depending on how we market it. I can take the exact same glove, market it 5 ways, and it'll sell every time.
Yep.
So the same way I can sell a black glove, I can say it's the OJ glove. I can say it's the no logo glove, meaning it's no branding on it. So each one will have an appeal. A white person in California may not run to the OJ glove, but they may run to the all black glove.
Sure.
So it's all on marketing. It's all on how you choose to brand it. It makes sense. So that's kind of how we see things here.
It's a good answer.
Whenever somebody says Carolina Blue on here, I automatically think of like the Wale lyrics. You probably don't know Wale.
Yeah, I know Wale.
I can't think of the song, but there's one where it's like Carolina Blue Kicks. I'm gonna go home and just listen to Wale.
That Wale line came from Jay-Z.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Used to really bicycle since I was 6. If that's the same line, yeah, that's a old Jay-Z lyric that Jay-Z had with. Believe I'm a music head.
I'll send a Wale on my way home, and I'll message you when I find the song.
When I think of Carolina, like Tar Heels, I go way old school. I think of P.D. Pablo. You remember that one, right?
The only P.D. Pablo song I know is
yeah,
I mean, it's a classic.
A classic. Yeah. I heard it. I was in North Carolina over the weekend, so I heard it 1,000 times, so I get it.
Okay, yeah. That's
like that comes to mind. You know what we need? But we need like an official glove of the podcast.
There we go. Podcast glove.
So I have one influencer right now.
I thought you were going to say you had one ready for us.
It's in the mail already.
I have an influencer right now, and we're actually working on the first influencer glove, which I think would be. Cool. But that's the goal. I want everything to be powered by 7-Iron. Yep. So if we do the podcast glove, and you guys say, hey JD, let's do 50 gloves. All right, cool, no problem. 50 gloves. You're getting top quality. You're gonna get your official logo on the glove. And you can either give them away to help grow your fans if needed, or if you want to kind of make some extra dollars and have your own merch. I want to be in that space. So there's the B2B component. Now we're talking business here. We're thinking business here, right? There's the B2B component. There's the B2C component. Right now we're in the B2C space, but the B2B component is that we want to be able to be in country clubs throughout America. We want to be in, obviously, to getting Dick's and Golf Galaxy and the PGA. That's like, super, super next level. But in the meantime, I don't mind working with individuals to say, hey, let's go ahead and get you 100 gloves with your logo on it, and everything is powered by 7-Iron. So now we're the B2C, and we're also the B2B, and everyone's getting the exact same top quality. No one's going to be shortchanged on quality. So we're already thinking about that. So it's funny that you say that. Like we've thought about these things, and we're trying to be ahead of the game. So that's why, the investors may come in. I may take on 2 and 3 investors and say, hey, let's pump $100,000 into an entire line, from now until 2026. Everything ready to go, drops, and then it'll be a beautiful thing. But I'm so scared to bring other people in. I'm so nervous to be like, I have your money now. It's on me to make it grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real issue when it comes to, having a business. You have to think like that.
Yeah, it doesn't just it's not your own dollars now, and it's not your own like vision. Now it's like, okay, it's my vision, but now I have a lot of money that I have to make sure that, gets returned. It's a good investment.
I will only take a silent investor. Shut the fuck up and get out the way.
Yeah.
Allow me to do what I do.
It's kind of like a what do they call it? Like almost like an angel investor in a way, right? They just basically they have the cash flow. They're just interested in other companies, find something, and then they literally don't have anything to do with your business. They're just
That's what I need right now.
Some point. Sure.
So I found the Wale song I was thinking of. It's called 88 because it's about Michael Jordan 88.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's the lyric? Let me hear the lyric.
Carolina Blue Kicks, hottest word I can't say. On your block, I ain't J.R. Ryder, but them wolves coming for my spot.
Oh, J.R. Ryder wolf right there.
From the percentage of youngins winning with no college. I'm in my laneys, but nothing JV about this balling. The Laneys are his cop. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. J.R. Ryder though, back in the day, man, the old Timberwolf.
The original
like,
Between the Legs. The
He was the
East
original
Bay.
Between the Legs.
The original East Bay was J.R. Ryder. I mean, I'm showing my age right now, but it is what it is.
When did this song come out?
I was gonna say I haven't listened to. Has Wale put up some new music recently? Because I used to listen to a lot of Wale. I haven't listened to anything like.
I love Wale because I feel like he's more lyrical than anything. When did this one come out? It's from the Gifted album, which is a hot minute.
All right, I found the Jay-Z lyric when it says Carolina Blue Kicks, because now you made me think about it. Carolina Blue Click. So it's very similar. Carolina Blue Kicks, hottest, as you said, N-word on the block. Used to really bicycle since I was 6. Very similar to Wale's lyrics.
Okay, that is very.
He's pulled it.
He did.
He's pulled it from. He got that.
Yeah, they came out in 2013. I remember that when that came out because it was after his Falarin mixtape.
Yeah. And this album came out. This is Maya's remix was 2000.
2000.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I love that, man. That was deep. That was good calling that and good calling that.
We bonded.
Were surprised about my music taste.
Yeah. We bonded right there. I like that.
Well, it was like I remember when we had Tee Up Kicks with Chris on.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about Quees, and he goes, "You know Jacquees?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yes.
He was like mind blown. I'm like, "Yeah." I listen to everything.
Yeah, I got a wide range too. I used to listen to a lot of rap back in the day, but I still do, but not nearly as much. I'm all over the board.
I'm gonna listen to Wale the entire drive home.
What are you listening to right now?
Honestly, if you looked at like my recent playlists, so my wife's Mexican, so I don't really speak fluent Spanish by any means. I can pick up on words, but I don't speak Spanish. So I like a lot of Mexican music. Okay. I do listen to a lot of alternative. What would it be? I don't want to say it's EDM because it's not EDM, but it's more like a
house music.
Yeah, kind of like a dance, like house music.
I absolutely love DJing house music. I was a DJ for some years, and DJing house music, there's nothing better than 128, hates 131 BPM. I love it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been rocking with lately, and I do like a little like alternative style. Like I don't like heavy rock or any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
Then like rap and hip hop, I used to listen to a lot of Wayne's mixtapes, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean, I forgot most of his lyrics, but I used to be able to rattle them off back in the day. But we were talking last time, like most of the hip hop artists that I grew up on would be like Wayne, Kid Cudi, like, those kind of guys. And Cudi now just releasing some new stuff recently. And then Kanye's old stuff. I love Kanye's old stuff.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the new artists that I kind of liked ended up dying.
Yeah, you're bad luck for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Pop Smoke liked his music. Juice WRLD liked his music.
Yeah.
So I think maybe, but
I've been on a crazy Brent Faiyaz kick.
Yeah, that's what you were mentioning. I think
I like Brent Faiyaz a lot.
I like Brent. That, and then it's been a lot of I've loved Pop Smoke for a while.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Pop. Brent. It's been a lot of European stuff too.
Oh yeah, you're talking about, what was it,
Central C?
Central C, yeah.
D Block Europe, I've been kind of big on. There's this dude named M Huncho. He wears a mask. It's very MF Doom-esque.
Is he the little white guy?
No, he's black dude.
Oh, who's the one
from Europe
guy that was from Europe or whatever you were talking about?
Central C. He's white. He's got really sick braids.
Oh,
I like Central C. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
How about you? What are you listening to?
I was diving into the 200 greatest hip hop albums of all times. It was like a Rolling Stones list.
Okay.
I got to about 145 3 days ago, and I was tapped. So now I'm listening to chill music. Like my playlist probably says Apple Music chill playlist, like lo-fi hip hop, something like that, because I was the hip hop music was driving me insane. So I just need to kind of take a break. But normally, I mean, I'm still a Jay-Z fan at heart. I listen to a lot of Jay. I think I listen to
grew up on a lot of Jay too. Yeah, I didn't mention.
And Drake. I know I'm really simple, man. Give me some Jay-Z, give me some Drake. I'm kind of good, That's
I listen to so many different artists. It's kind of crazy. Like going through my main playlist, it's like Denzel Curry.
He's from South Florida. I like Denzel Curry.
I like Denzel. Yeah, again, another lyrical guy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of King Von. Uh,
You
Kevin
listen to
Gates.
King Von?
Yeah, I like King Von. Yeah.
I love
And
it.
then,
I mean,
like,
listen, I love it. I
I've
love
listened
it.
to Joey Badass for a long
Oh, yeah,
time.
Joey Badass.
My
Yeah,
first
that's my
car
guy.
had a CD player, so I had Joey Badass's. Oh, what was the album? Can't think of it. But it got stuck, and that's all it would play would be the Joey Badass album.
Was
Which
it
is like-
self-titled? Was it a self-titled Joey Badass album? It might have been
It
self-titled.
wasn't that one. It was
Okay.
Oh god, it's like I can visualize it.
I know this is
It's one with Temptation and All American Badass. Duh.
Right.
And that was like stuck, and that's all it would play. And I'm like, at least it's a good album.
it's crazy where we've gone though, like from like records to tapes back to like just smaller records. I mean CDs, you know, and now we're just I will say I was a sucker back in the day that I took so much pride into it. But when Apple Music first came out, I don't know if I'm sure you remember this, but you used to buy the music,
You have to buy
99
the
cents
music.
a
On
song.
iTunes.
Yeah.
Or iTunes, yeah.
Not
Yeah, it wasn't even
iTunes.
Apple Music at the time. It was iTunes.
God,
Right.
I know.
idiot.
I know. No, but it was $1.29. Sometimes they'd have discounts for 69 cents,
Yep.
99
Yep.
cents. And I took pride in my music, all of my songs, because people are like, dude, you have like way too much music. And I'm
But
like,
you
"Yeah,
still
no."
have them. But you still have them today, right?
I do, yeah. So I do have them, and then
it's worth
obviously
it.
now like with Apple Music now, it's like it's just a streaming device. So now you pay what, $5 a month, and you can have almost
Yeah,
access to
no, but
anything.
there's still an art. There's still an art for buying music, and I'll tell you why. Like you can, if Apple Music goes down, your iTunes. Well, I don't know if it's still iTunes, but you still have that music downloaded.
True.
There's something in that. I mean, you go to the airport, you don't have to worry about downloading music. It's already there. It's yours.
Yep.
You can kind of just always listen to it. So I don't
For
think
sure.
there's anything wrong with it. I mean, and at the end of the day, you're still supporting an artist.
That's
So that's kind of how
But
I
I
looked at it too.
just kind of how like how it's the cool thing with like the iTunes is like you could buy individual songs where like back in the day, you buy an album and it's like some albums only had 2 good songs. You try to find an album that
2
had
singles.
2 singles. Yeah, now you're paying $14-15 for a seat, but times have changed,
My playlist is so crazy. I've never really looked at it like this. It goes from like Pop Smoke to like Dusty Locane. Same person. Swear to God, somehow they're the same, but they're very different. Even though now Dusty's in jail, of course he is. So it goes from Dusty Locane to Corday to Denzel to Jid to King Von to Don Toliver to Joey Badass to Kevin Gates.
Your shit's crazy.
Oh,
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot of listen, I told you I've listened to all these vintage albums. I mean, albums from 91. I listened to LL Cool J. Oh man,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
tell you, and I respect old music. I would never sit up here and say, they're the forefathers of hip hop, but it's a hard listen to like music from like 89. I listened to NWA. No, I listened to Easy Does It album.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, this is a really tough listen. Like, they're using older words and the beats are so basic and plain. It was really tough. And it was like, it wore on me. And I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I feel like it kind of depends on the artist because something like NWA or Eazy-E, yeah, it's probably a little older, but like I feel like you could pull up Snoop Dogg from like when he started, so to like the 2000s to even now, and it's all pretty similar. But his sound hasn't. I don't want to say hasn't evolved in like a negative way, but I feel like he hit the nail on the head so good the first time to where he doesn't have to sound any different.
Doggy Style is probably my top 5. So my top 5 albums would be Reasonable Doubt, Doggy Style, Dr. Dre, 2001, Chronic.
2001. That's one of my favorite albums.
2001. Oh my God. I can listen to that any day of the week.
Yeah.
And
I think I almost had memorized that whole album from like.
Yeah, that's a classic. But the Doggy Style album was so transcending. I remember listening to it maybe in the 8th, 9th grade. Actually before the 8th grade. I remember 6th, 7th grade, I was listening to the Doggy Style album. I had no idea what he was saying. I was repeating the lyrics, but by the time I was an adult and I realized I was still listening to the song, and I'm still listening to the lyrics, I'm just like, man, this is like a great album.
Yeah.
So I've always like a whole, the whole West Coast, East Coast beef, but that meant nothing to someone living in South Florida. We didn't care. We were listening to everything, so I was able to kind of get best of both worlds when it came to that.
That's how I felt in middle school, listening to like I'm Not a Human Being. I mentioned this. I was listening to like Gonorrhea in middle school. by Lil Wayne.
So young.
It was Lil Wayne.
Gonorrhea.
Yeah.
The song Gonorrhea by Lil Wayne.
And me thinking, I was like, man,
heard
this
that.
song is gonna live with me for fucking ever. And now I'm like, what the hell was I listening to in middle school?
Right.
Going back to the Doggy Style,
it's a great song.
His albums, or his CD covers, were the best.
Right. That vintage, that old school painting type of
Yeah, I love those, man. That was sweet.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
This is the beauty of our podcast. We say golf and things because we get a little bit off topic, so we apologize. But if there's, we do have a couple more questions for you, and then we can wrap it up. Is there anything that you want to mention before we ask some other questions?
No, man, I'm riding this out. This is great, man. I needed this. This is cool. I'm over here drinking my little, my little drink, and I'm kicking it. We're good.
Perfect. So obviously we mentioned earlier, you got an awesome backdrop for golf shoes. I want to know personally, what's your favorite golf shoe to rock on the course? So like, what's your go-to, like as far as like comfort and just that go-to, and then look wise, like what's your favorite Jordan golf shoe?
I think the black and gold. Now that I have some time to think about it, the black and silver sixes, the Jordan, the black. I don't have them here, but the black and gray sixes are probably my most comfortable go-to Jordan shoe I get to play golf in. And I think I like those the best for comfort. And I think the best shoe I have is probably the Jordan 1 original, that if you wear them long enough, they go from black to silver. So you may have to Google that, but they're the Jordan 1s.
I remember that one.
I'll pull them down if you want to. Let me grab them really quick.
Have you have a pair of Jordan 6s golf shoes? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I thought you did.
Yeah, I haven't worn them yet, but I've heard it is the most comfortable.
I'm going to have to look into a pair of Jordan 6s.
They're on clearance.
I don't. That's the thing. It's like some of the Jordan shoes like carry great value for golf, like mainly the ones, and some of the ones.
I don't give a shit.
And all the sides. So these are the ones here.
Oh, yeah. So those are. I love the soles.
These are. Oh crap! I just dropped them.
Oh no, it's broken.
They're broken.
Oh, honestly,
these break. We got a problem.
Those, I think those are probably one of my favorites. Oh, you good?
I'm falling apart over here, guys. All right, yeah, this is so this is the Jordan 1, one of the originals. And you see that silver around the logo?
Yep.
That entire silver will be revealed if I was to wear these long enough. That makes this shoe really freaking awesome.
I have the
I love that.
Are they the LA to Paris? No. Something to Paris Jordan 1 where it turns all my gray into pink.
Yep. And then I love these two. The Black Cats.
With
the
I didn't like the hair.
I was gonna say, is that like a suede or a hair?
It's Panther. It's real Panther. I'm joking. I don't know what it is.
I saw somebody shave it.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, they gave it a haircut. Yeah. These are pretty cool. I haven't worn them yet, but I plan on it. And then I have the Cheetah Pack, the Leopard Pack, the 95s, and the 96s is Jordans. Those are pretty cool too.
I wear my black cement 4s all the time playing golf. Love those.
I still want to know how many pairs of shoes you got, Dom. Like, what are you working with?
Like normal shoes?
Total. Give me a total number.
Including golf? Oh shit.
Including.
While he's thinking, I did want to.
So the issue is, I also work in the running industry, so I'm constantly getting shoes sent to me.
Oh, you're cheating.
No, I'm not.
You're cheating.
Mizuno just sent me shoes.
Oh man, Mizuno has shoes. I'm joking.
Mizuno just sent me shoes. I probably have like 354.
You have that many?
Yeah.
I know you have a lot.
How much?
There's some that I open up the box. I went through a few of them.
300 to 354 pairs? Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Never mind. That's a lot of shoes, man.
The issue is, I went through, I have some on a bookshelf and some at the way bottom I haven't touched. I have like a Curry 2 that I've worn like twice.
Curry 2. Yeah. Speaking of Currys, Curry 1 are releasing a golf shoe. They just talked about it today. The Curry 1 golf shoe. Because the original Curry 1 basketball shoe, now it's going to be a golf shoe, but
they don't count.
Can you do me a solid though? Can you
They don't count. They don't
can you hold
count.
up your the Jordan 1 again? Your favorite one? So
You want the Chicago, don't you?
well, no, yeah, I do, but the sole, that exact sole gives me, and that's probably one of my favorite shoes too, because it gives me the Tiger Woods, the TW, the 13s.
Right,
Like,
which
just
was
You
a
know, we
patent
happen
off
to
of
know a guy that could take that sole and put it on.
It's literally what it looks
that
like.
shoe.
Though. That's kind of what I was getting at. It looks
But-
very similar.
You know, we had a guy.
I would say that sole on the TW 13s, right? I think TW 13s.
Yeah, I think it's the TW13s that has.
They're not as solid as these.
Okay,
Yeah, they're not as cushioned either.
that makes sense. It just looks
Right,
very
they're-
similar.
They're built from the Nike Free, as you know. Tiger Woods was a big fan of the Nike Frees when they first came out, and they're just not as firm. And if you wear those long enough, it starts to wear. So as you see those lines right here, like those major lines, they start to
Yep.
break. They start to not break, meaning they start to like wear and tear, and it's kind of
Sure.
it's kind of funky, real funky.
Okay.
I
it's
returned
good
my
to know.
black
It's
Tiger
good.
Woods back. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like those a lot. I'd say my favorite golf shoe would be.
So what you're thinking, the reason I like the mule is because I feel like we could soul swap anything with those and not break the bank. You know what I mean? Because
So-
those mules are going to go on clearance for like $80.
Mhm.
Maybe
like-
less because they're like 120 right now.
Yeah, nobody wants them other than me.
I'm serious. Give me the group chat. Let's set up a group chat over and just call it clearance. And just be like, this is on clearance. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Actually, this is one of my favorite shoes. Hold on one second.
Oh God.
I'm trying to think of the one that I really like. I mean, I really like the
Yeah, I have a lot of shoes. Like,
No, I knew you.
I
Obviously,
found
the one.
I found the AIs I had that have the braid in them. I wanted those.
Oh yeah.
This is
I know.
him
I was
right here.
gonna message you. You have the 97 with all the little things all over it, and I really wanted a pair of those.
I had
Which
a pair
ones?
of
With,
those sold them.
with the wing foots or the crystals?
Is it the tie-dye ones
Mm.
for the US Open?
No.
I
There's
have those
another one
too,
where they
yeah.
had like the wings all over it.
Yeah, those are the wing
Oh, that
foots.
was
Yep.
for the PGA Championship. Right? Was it the blue and
Yeah.
gold or whatever?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, they're like
That was for
blue.
PGA Cha- I
Yeah,
had the ones. What were the ones? They're like that, but they're the Air Max 97 golf shoes with the tie-dye.
tie-dye.
Yeah,
Yep, I got
those actually held
those too. Those are
decent
fire.
value. Yeah, they're fire.
Those are
I wish I
fire.
would have
Those
kept
are
them, but they
fire.
were like a half size too big for me. so
You
that's
didn't
why.
keep them. What'd you do with them?
I sold them on Goat. They were a half size too
okay,
big.
okay,
I ordered them from the Nike app.
See, he didn't even try to sell them to me.
What size you
Oh.
wear?
I went 11.
Yeah, he wears a bigger size, and I wear a 9, 9.5. That's why I was.
Oh, that's the sample size. You got lucky with the sample size. Yeah, these are fire. These are heat.
Classic
are
look.
Heat,
I love
heat,
those.
heat. I'm a fan of these.
You know what's crazy? Talking about samples. So I get to work with really big companies in terms of like running. One of the staff got a sample pair, and the color never released.
That is.
And I'm
That's even
sitting
better.
there, and I told the rep, I'm like, hey, I collect these things. I have everything but a sample. And she goes, so?
She didn't hook you up.
I'm like, Heather,
Hook it up.
hook it up, please.
What's the running shoe? What company was it? If
She
you-
got
if you can
the
say.
Brooks Hyperion Tempo GTS. So it's like a high tempo running shoe. So it uses the nitrogen cushioning. The color that released has green in it, I believe. And hers is all hot pink.
Fire.
And it came with sample tags, sample box.
Sweet.
And I'm like, why does her box look different? I opened it and I was like, oh my gosh, she got a sample
Unreal
pair.
samples.
Because my rep is a sample
That's
size,
dope.
which happens to be the same size as the staff. And I'm like, you could like I don't care if it's a women's shoe.
Yeah, I'm a collector.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy. I wanted to be a Nike Ekin, so I was really
Oh yeah.
trying to dive into that world. So understanding the entire shoe was really big to me at one point in time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a couple rapid fire questions. They're usually
Let's
not
do
really
it.
rapid fire, but that's kind of what we start with. Is there anything you want to ask real quick that we can think of?
No, my ADD is all over
I know
the
we've been all over the
place.
place, but hey, this is
I
a
love
pleasure,
it.
man.
I
I hope
love
you're
it.
having a good time. We love it.
No,
great.
I'm good. I'm locked in. This is dope.
Good. Okay, so first question we'll ask is your favorite Instagram account.
Other than yours.
Yeah, other than yours and ours.
To
Could be
follow?
golf related or non-golf related. Yeah, just one of your favorite accounts that you actually like enjoy.
Yeah, like mine is kids getting hurt.
I'm gonna have to give a shout out to my boy Esquire Golf, man. I love his
Oh, yeah.
I love his page. I love what he's doing.
He is actually coming on next week. Not to like
Yeah,
ruin the
no
surprise.
way.
you have to tune in.
No, yeah, I'm a huge Esquire fan. I'll give 2. I'll give can I give 3? Okay, I'll give
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, man.
Esquire Golf, my man Golf Projects does phenomenal work. And
Raymond's unreal.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He was on like
We had him on too. Yeah, he's good stuff, man. Legit.
super cool guy, man. Super
Jeez.
cool. And I'm gonna do I'll do like Zaire Golf. Is that what's called?
Zaire Golf? Yeah. Zaire, yeah.
Yeah, Raymond's. I sometimes I feel bad messaging people on Instagram, like when we've had him on, just like I feel like I'm annoying. He's one of the only people that like actually like will have a conversation with you. Like I feel like he'll drop everything and be like, "Oh shit, he's talking."
No, I've reached out. So a true story is me. Me and Raymond have had several conversations, and in all honesty, and me and Esquire have had several conversations. I like Roger Steele too. That's my guy, man.
Right.
Shout out to Roger Steele.
We've been trying to have him on.
He's awesome. Yeah,
I think
he wants to come on.
Well,
I have a Roger Steele story if I can tell it quick.
I have one too. So no, I'm just joking. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I volunteered for the 3M Open here. Like I would scam people's tickets basically. And the second year I volunteered, they're like, "Dom, you're like the youngest one here." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." So they sent me to the VIP area to check in VIPs. And they had given me a box of credentials. They're like, "Hey, when these people come up, please give them their badge so they can go
Right.
throughout." And I noticed the first one was Roger Steele. I was like, "Shut the fuck up." Roger comes up, cool as can be, just like in the videos, swaggy. He always has like the nicest hair too, which is really weird.
Just a
Like
great
like
swagger
just
style.
crispy, right?
Yeah, great stuff.
Fuck Roger. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
He comes. I'm like, "Hey, like." I give him his. I'm like, "Hey, I'm not supposed to like talk to you or anything." It's like they don't want us to mingle with the VIPs, which makes sense because they got places to go. I'm like, "Hey, I know I'm not supposed to talk to you." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Hey, my name's Dominic. I'm with Safe Park Golf." He goes, "Oh, I've heard of you guys. We got emails." And I was like, "Yeah." Like he's like, "Yeah, you guys are doing really cool stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, we're trying to get you on the pod." He goes, "Yeah, I'm so busy." And then he dips. I was like, "Damn, what a mysterious man."
I've DM'd him a few times and he's always traveling. He always talks about his,
No, he does. He's super cool. He's
is.
I mean, obviously he's busy as shit. Like you see his schedule, you see the brands he worked with. So I think my Roger Steele story is being able to run into him here in Houston. I gave him a content creator box with 2 gloves, and he put them both on, and he rocked them the whole day. So I was like, you know what, you good with me? And I have his number. We've communicated a couple of times on just life in general. I mean, he's a super cool dude. So, and one thing about me, I'm not going to be texting him and calling him just for random stuff. But it's just good to know that we were cool enough to at least exchange numbers, and that was pretty cool. But he's a busy dude, man. Like. He's a busy dude. But what I will do is I'll say, hey, you need to get on the Safe Park podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll put a word in for you guys.
He's busy.
Got
like
1,000 of them.
He was super cool. Like, we were DMing back and forth, and he was like, "Yeah, no problem, man. Just reach out to blah blah blah." It's like his basically his assistant.
Agent.
Yeah, his agent.
Yeah.
It's like he's kind of the big times now because he's always moving around, man.
He's good. I mean, but I appreciate his space. I appreciate what he does with, and how he tries to grow the game. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We need more Roger Steeles of the, out here really promoting golf. But when you get that, when you're so busy as he is, you can only just admire and allow him to grow and do what he does, So. Yeah, but he'll be on the podcast one day because you guys. Oh yeah,
I really want him and then Rory Blackleroy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I love his content.
Listen, he rocks my gear faithfully. I mean, I'm a big Rory Blackleroy fan.
Yeah,
and he has the gloves. He wears the gloves. He has the crew neck. I mean, he just wears it all. So I'm shout out to Rory. How about that?
Yeah.
Like.
That's what I've noticed about him is he wears a lot of, I don't want to say smaller brands in like a negative way, but I feel
don't call us smaller. How dare you? And I'm joking.
Dude.
How dare you
But,
call
like,
me smaller? No,
I feel like he sheds a lot of light on these lesser known brands, and people,
100%.
yeah, and people go, "What is that?" And then I noticed in the comments, he's always like, "Yeah, it's this," and I'm like,
That's why
"That's
he's
so
dope.
cool that he
That's why he's
responds,
dope,
he
man.
shouts out." I'm like, there's a lot of creators that, in my opinion, just don't do that. You know, they get the stuff and then that's it. You know, like you sent the stuff over to me and I like immediately was like messaging you, blah, blah, like thank you so much.
Yeah,
I think
and I appreciate that. Let me get a side note. You left me a voice message, man. Let me tell you something. That was like, I played it for my wife. I played it for like my friends. I'm like, this is why I do what I do, to be like, you know, to just to hear someone appreciate the details of what, you know, it's hard work. You know what I'm saying? Like people may think, oh, it's actually hard work and it's hard earned money. But I want to put it in the right hands. And when you left me that voice note, and then you text me, I was like, you know what, man? Like I appreciate
the
effort.
I didn't go that far. Way to go down.
No, but you know, but I appreciate that.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. No, it was really nice, man. I always appreciate that too. Because I know, like taking the time to, you know, everything. There's a process in everything.
Well, and I'm a big fan of being genuine, right? Like the people you see on the podcast, that's who we are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody sends me something, whether I like it or not, I'm gonna thank them. You know, like Palm.
He did say he liked his.
Yeah. Palm sent us stuff, and I was like, thank you so much for sending it. Blah blah blah. Can we exchange it like for a different size? And like that's always hard for me. But I'm like, I want to wear it. You know, I want to show love and appreciation. And they're like, yeah, let's swap it. So I sent it back today, and like that was super hard.
What did you? If you don't mind me asking, they have gloves too, right?
Yeah. They sent.
Is that what you got from them?
Oh no, we got like full like.
Yeah, so kind of like long story short, you can tell them what we got, but they started off as they did a Kickstarter and they started off as a glove company as well.
Oh, cool.
Listen to last week's episode.
Yeah, listen to last week's episode. It was a good one.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It was a glove company.
I'm not listening to anything else, man. Forget Palm. Man. I'm not listening.
Yeah, we each got a glove. I think we each got a polo, a quarter zip, and then like a utility bag and a hat.
Oh, so they hooked you up better than I did. All right. So the next drop, I got you guys. Like, no, I can't have that. I'm gonna take care of you guys next time for sure.
No, we appreciate the love, man. Honestly, like, so we know, and that's why we always thank all of the people that we have.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Yeah, it's like I want people to see like the people you hear and listen to, and even those of you that are weird and watch the videos, which is still bananas to me that people watch me talk. That's who we are. You know, like I always thank people, and I know Derek does as well, but generally the stuff ships to me just because you're in an apartment. It's a little bit easier. I want to be the first person that reaches out and be like, hey, thank you so much. You know, if it's a voice note, yeah, absolutely. I remember I had just gotten home and I had like all my camera gear. So like my hands were full. So I was like, I do a voice note. I just keep it easy.
Speaking of voice notes, how do you feel about voice notes over like a DM? Like
that's what made me nervous. I was like, he's either gonna be like,
oh, I don't know, man.
Because some people are like, that's all they do, and then some people are like, it's kind of weird.
We all have stuff going on, man. I mean, if it was easier, to me, I think it's the time and effort that it takes to send the message in the first place. It can take 5 minutes to type it out, review it, or it can take a couple of seconds for you to say it. I think the end result is what counts. And at the end of the day, just to kind of hear like someone saying, hey man, I really do appreciate something, was like, damn, you know what? I feel good about this. I feel comfortable making sure that my product is getting into the right hands. And I think what he did, you know, it was a great gesture in all honesty. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think the voice notes too are a little bit more. People can take the text message or email on it because it's like out of context, right? So it's a little bit easier.
That is true. I'm gonna start that.
Yeah, I struggle to like put my thoughts and like emotions into words sometimes, where it's like I want people to be like, "Damn, he really is thankful."
Versus all caps.
Yeah, versus just me being like, "Thanks." You know what I mean? Like I think just taking that little extra step kind of means more to people. Like I'm a big fan of like thank you cards. Mm-hmm. If I could send everybody we've had on a thank you card, which I tried at one point, and you'd be amazed how many people do not give you their address.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Well,
I'm like,
who's this creep?
Well, like the first year we did it, I wanted to send everybody that was on a Christmas card with just like some stickers.
Yeah,
and like 4 people hit me back. I was like, okay.
Yeah, stickers. Well, I have a a PO box. I have another location. I have my home. I mean, it's just I'm not worried about giving up my address. You wouldn't get my home address, but you would get a address. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys are good. You guys can come over to the barbecue and the cookout if you have one.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna do that.
Damn. I got invited to the carne asada cookout.
Now we're going
to the barbecue.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is why I said why we do what we do.
We can jam out to Wale and Jay-Z, y'all.
Listen, a lot of that. So yeah, get ready for it.
Just got a couple more questions. First one, the next one is favorite golf logo.
7-9 Golf.
I love that. That's
okay.
So second favorite.
And we asked this question last time. It doesn't have to be a golf brand. It could be like a country club or like a golf course like logo. It doesn't have to be. It's just something golf related.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna introduce something else here. One second. I'm gonna answer the question, but I also want to show you guys because a lot of brands are doing characters. You know, you have to have a character. So we have our first official character done. We end up commissioning a super cool piece.
This is why they need to watch the pod, though.
From a young,
you know what I mean? They just so much
watch it. That's lucky number 7 right there.
Oh, I love that.
That's better than the name I was thinking of. Yeah,
that's lucky right there. So no one has seen that yet. If they watch the podcast, they'll be the first ones to ever see lucky number 7. He's gonna be in our bucket hats. He's gonna be on some gear moving forward, but lucky number 7, since that's going to be our character, I'm actually some of the details, and you know I'm a big detail guy, and it represents the let me see if it comes out. Hold on one second, right there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
so is he perforated?
That's the Vegas lights.
I was just gonna say, it gave me the Vegas vibe a little bit.
That's the Vegas vibe. So it's we're really playing on the lucky number 7. We're really playing on the lucky number 7, and we have a few things coming out. I'll show you one more thing. They're going to kill me for showing you guys this.
Do you feel like we're our own characters?
You guys are definitely characters. You guys, I've seen your characters already. Aren't you guys
we have great characters
on yeah. Oh,
yeah,
you know what?
Odin.
So shout out to Odin.
Well, they created
helped us create our character.
Yeah, they created the characters.
You seen that the Eastside Golf shoe that dropped the 6s? That's the glove to match that.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like the green.
That. So now you see like those are all samples that we're like cooking. And then
that reminds me of that Macklemore 6.
I pray, you know what? I was going to show you something else, but I'm going to wait because I want nobody to steal it. But just know, because this is super cool, but just know that I think golf, gambling, and religion kind of goes hand in hand, which is crazy. It's crazy. But when you're like putting and you have $90 on the line, you're praying to God about it. Like just hear me. Just hear me out. So it's like,
I can hear you. Yeah.
You're crossing the boundaries of like, you know, you're gambling, religion, praying to God, and golf. So we have a really cool collab coming out, which kind of encompasses all 3.
I'm about that. I love it.
You know, that's some.
I'm a big Jesus man, so I love it. Yeah, heck yeah.
I mean, I think, but that's the thing. We all are, but you know, a lot of guys would. You know, I got into golf. You know, just not to say I'm gambling, but you know, guys were like, "Oh, I bet I can putt. I can make this putt. I bet $1." And it was simple thing like 10 cents and a quarter and $1. I'm just like, nah, okay, I'll get in. But then I started to realize, like, you know, the first time I was ever seen gambling on a golf course was I got to the 18th hole. I was on the 17th hole, and I'm done. I'm almost done, getting ready to go to the 18th hole, and I see some guys by the pin, and they're settling up, like right there on the green, like money coming. What's going on? What are they doing? And I'm like, oh, he's paying him his best. I'm like, they're betting in golf, and he was like, yeah, that's what everyone does is gambling. So I'm like, oh. So then it made me think of like now moving forward, like golf has a lot of like religion because you're always praying for birdies, you're always praying for this, you're praying for that, like God, you know. Then you're also betting, drinking alcohol, smoking cigars. Like golf just does this. It's
a roller coaster.
All vices.
That's true.
A lot of vices, you know, and then there's like God on top. So I just thought that was pretty interesting.
That's awesome. Did we technically we didn't get a favorite logo though, did we?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No,
Lucky
I know.
number 7.
Yeah.
Lucky number 7. Okay. My favorite golf logo. I'll give you something that I hate. No, I'm okay. Let me not do that. My favorite golf logo, I
Is
would
there any that
probably
I
say
hate?
is I hate the FootJoy logo. Just to be honest, I absolutely hate it.
We
But
can
okay,
take that if you want to do. I mean, we can. We haven't had one
no,
since.
no. When I
Oh,
say I
okay.
hate it, it's just so
Generic.
boring.
yeah. It's just so. But it works. I'm not gonna sit there and say it doesn't work. It works for its audience. Favorite golf logo. Let me get back to that. Favorite golf logo. I would say. You know what? You know what's iconic? That which is it's probably shelved for now, but that TW from Tiger Woods, that logo was, I mean, you seen that. That was like to me at one point, that was the epitome of golf. Like you see
Yeah.
that TW logo.
It's kind of like a Jordan for basketball, really. I mean, that's kind
exactly. It was beautiful, clean lines. It was a really good logo, man. So I'm sad to see it go, but I understand he's doing what's best for him and his family, obviously. But
Sure.
the TW logo was actually a really cool logo.
We're gonna ask two more questions, and Dom, you can take them both. The food question and I think this would be a good one.
I really want to ask him the pizza rolls.
Okay, ask him that one too.
We're gonna do that one.
We can do whatever ones you want to do. Sorry, we got.
Damn, somebody die?
Hopefully not, but I think it's just this episode's so fire, man. That is.
Oh my god, that's not even a fire truck.
Actually, I think it is. No, it could be an ambulance.
That's an ambulance.
I don't know. I've got pretty good at determining what's what over here because it's.
But no one hears it. I didn't even hear it. Honestly, I didn't even hear it.
Oh, trust me, it picks up.
The
microphone picks it up.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear.
You know that you can't hear it, but yeah.
Oh, trust me, the other people will. So what would your walk-up song be? I know we just talked a whole lot about music.
My walk-up song. Jesus, I've never thought about that. That's a really good question.
Think about
my walk-up song. If I had to walk up, what am I playing? Which artist? I would probably do I'll probably do God Did by DJ Khaled and Hove and Friday and those guys. God Did. Only because if I have a walk-up song, trust me, God did something for me to have a walk-up song. If I'm ever at a hole and I'm playing, I'm walking up and I'm playing music, God did something. So I'm gonna do God Did.
Hey, to be honest, I wanted to try to incorporate walk-up songs into our tournament somehow.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel like that would be so much planning though that I don't even want to do it.
That's dope though. It's definitely
this would be my walk-up song in honor of Jay-Z.
Jesus Christ.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Oh, it's "Oh My God" by Jay-Z.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Switch it up this time. Stupid, you can't hear it. That sucks. No wonder why you couldn't hear the fire truck. You'll hear it when you listen to the episode or watch it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't hear it at first, but yeah, that's good.
I know you always got a different one. What you got?
We're gonna do "Ambition" by Wale.
Ambition. Okay, I know that one. I think I have that.
Something that's priceless.
No,
it's in my veins.
Definitely like that. Yeah. I definitely like Ambition.
Yeah,
I definitely like Ambition.
Yeah.
All right, Dom. I'll ask the last one. You ask this one.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a newer one we've been incorporating just because we like pizza rolls. How many pizza rolls do you think you could smash in a sitting?
I mean, realistically, if you're asking me, like realistically, how many pizza rolls I can smash in a sitting, after a round of golf, I can probably do maybe 150.
Oh, I mean, dude, you're just popping them.
I mean,
yeah. But, man, that's impressive.
I'll give you an example. I did like 40 wings. I did 40 wings after a round of golf one day. So I'm thinking
that's a lot of wings.
That's impressive, my friend.
I killed. My bigger days. I was 310 pounds back then. No, I'm no longer 310 pounds. But
sure.
Just because I worked up appetite. I remember I was playing golf. I was swinging 1,000 times. I was super tired. I was swinging super hard, not really understanding the game. Come home fully drenched in sweat after a round. Now I barely swim on the course, but back then I had 4. I went to Wingstop, I had like the family pack, and I ate 40 wings.
So Wingstop
Their
is
lemon,
national? I
their
didn't know
lemon
were-
pepper is so good.
Oh,
Yeah,
come
Wingstop
on!
smashes
I
it.
had 40 lemon pepper wings
It's
in
not
one
hard. Those
sitting.
I didn't know they were a national chain, to be honest.
Yeah. dude,
Oh yeah, they're in
didn't know that,
Florida.
yeah.
I'm in Houston. Everywhere.
They're
And I
so good.
love
I haven't had it in
Wing-
years.
I love
They're in
Wingstop.
Coon Rapids.
Yeah, that's where I used to go all the time, man.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. I slowed down since those days. Those are my heavy days. I'm no longer there. So
So now you just eat 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, not even. Now I'll do like 7 or 8. I can't. That stuff is, that was 6, 7, 8 years ago. So, but yeah, I can't do Wingstop like that now. But pizza rolls, I mean, if I really had to and I sat and I thought about it, I mean, I can maybe 70 easy. A bag is like 50, right?
As I just said, I think they're 15 a bag. Yeah.
Well, you can get the big bags though.
It was like 75.
Well, let me walk that back. Wait, anybody think I'm like a fat human over here? Yeah.
No, hey, we're not judging here.
I would say realistically, if I had to be like, if I'm on a show and they're like, you got to pound these pizza rolls, I'm definitely doing 100. At least 100.
Gamble it. I bet you. Yeah.
At least 100. I can push it to 150 and still feel healthy. So I don't know.
We've talked about this with other guys. It'd be so fun to do do a pizza roll challenge, but just like casually make the guests heat up a thing of pizza rolls and just casually eat it through the whole time and see what the over under is.
The audio would be awful just hearing people eat for an hour.
That'd be great. If I had a pizza rolls tonight, yeah, definitely bang 100. Smoked 100. I was in the eating contest and at the the different bowl games that we played. And they'll have like an eating contest. And I was like in the spare rib eating contest. I mean, the rib eating contest. So trust me, talk about a D lineman here. That's a different life. You're going to pound stuff all the time. So especially to gain weight. It's just, you would do what you have to do. So
you sure you got plenty of stories. We definitely got to
man.
and hear those. That's awesome.
Right.
So we are going to end the podcast with a food question, as we always do. I'll switch it up a little bit, but so me and Dom come out and visit you in Texas.
I would say where we doing Texas?
Yeah. I'd say Texas. That's where he's currently at. Where would you take us out to eat? It could be anything, like a breakfast spot, lunch, dinner, whatever it is.
Keep in mind, I love barbecue.
You love barbecue, so I'll take you
barbecue and burgers.
So okay, so you have to try Trill Burger. Trill Burgers is amazing. That's Bun B spot out here.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
I'll take you to Trill Burger. So first things first, we'll have breakfast at the Breakfast Club. It's a phenomenal spot. You would love the food, super fast, super quick. And then for lunch, we'll do Trill Burger. And then for dinner, we'll do Turkey Leg Hut. There it is.
Turkey Leg Hut?
Turkey Leg Hut. Google it. It's like the world famous Turkey Leg Hut. They have some of the best turkey legs around. So I would probably take you there.
Bun B.
Where if you don't mind asking, whereabouts in Texas are you out of Dallas?
No, I'm in Houston. I'm about I'm 20 minutes north of Houston in the area called Spring. So I'm in Spring, Texas, which is basically Houston.
Okay, so we said that was the last one. I do have one last question. As far as you're a former D1 college football player.
God, now I just have the big time from Texas.
Who's your football squad? I mean, NFL.
In college?
No, I mean college. I'm going to go ahead and guess.
Yeah, Kentucky University.
That makes sense. That's no brainer. Sure. Are you a big NFL guy? And if so, what would be your squad?
I'm not a big NFL guy, but I would say I followed the Tennessee Titans. One of my best friends played there for years, so I would follow Tennessee Titans. Now that he's retired, I'm a Texan fan. I'm a Houston Texans fan now. Obviously, I was a Dolphins fan as well, but I believe in rocking with the hometown, and I'm here in Texas, and I want to go ahead and embrace. We have the rodeo coming up. Well, the rodeo's here, so I'll be going to the rodeo next week. Beyonce just dropped a song by Texas, and Big X the Plug is talking about Texas. Texas is it right now, so I'm definitely going to be a hometown fan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Houston, and I like the Houston Astros, and I like the Texans now.
They got a solid quarterback now. They made the right pick.
I mean, they have a solid head coach.
They do, yeah.
They have a solid team right now. So we're
and if they get, it sounds like Stroud is heavily recruiting Saquon. because they didn't take.
They didn't take him.
They
Right?
didn't take him.
Isn't it Saquon the running back? No one cares about.
Yeah.
No one cares about running backs no more.
You care about
it's-
Saquon
It's
no,
crazy,
man. If the Giants don't care about Saquon, why would we care about Saquon?
because the Giants are cheap and gave fucking Danny Dimes
No.
like $50 million a year.
It's really unfortunate, but the quarterback, the running backs will be obsolete in the next 2-3 years.
It's nowhere.
They'll be
That's
like,
why I
remember
can't believe-
fullbacks? You remember fullbacks was a thing?
Yeah.
Vikings still
Fullbacks
have
are
one.
obsolete.
Yeah, I think we're like one of the few teams that actually has a
Yeah.
full.
The only team that really uses it is San
I
Fran.
was gonna say they have.
Yeah, but they've
heard the
been a fullback team for years. They're going to always
Mhm.
incorporate a fullback since Allstott. I believe Mike Allstott was a big time
Mike
fullback
Allstott.
there.
My favorite is, man, Kyle Juszczyk made the Pro Bowl again. And you're like, yeah, there's like 3 fullbacks in the league, and he's by far the best.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. One of my teammates, John Connor, was a phenomenal fullback for the Jets for years. I mean, he's probably going to be. He's been there maybe in the league for 10 years almost, but he's a fullback as well. So it's just a dying breed, man, of fullbacks. And now it's heading towards running backs. It's going to be a dying breed, and it's going to be just a
I
pass-heavy
just
game.
can't believe somebody like Derrick Henry is a free agent.
No
There's
one
just a
cares
lot of
about
new-
running backs.
Let's say
That
a lot of young, new
dude-
talent is just. I mean,
He runs, you could stack the box like 8 or 9, and he'd still run you over.
he's
Yeah.
a big dude. The Vikings are
Jesus.
exercising that. Them, Tony Pollard, I've heard. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but
No, Vikings are stupid. They're like Kirk go to Atlanta.
yeah, he is. But man, hey, it's been a pleasure.
See, the Niners won't do that. Just saying, you could join my side, the better
No,
side.
No, purple.
You a
baby.
Niners fan?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have been since Alex Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hometown basically. I'm a big Viking.
I like
so.
watching Alex Smith just like march down the field and then just throw it to Crabtree.
His story is incredible. Like his comeback after his gruesome leg
Yeah.
injury and all.
Or he
that.
would, and then like I loved like Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis,
Patrick Willis.
Hall of Famer.
Mhm.
God.
I'm a huge
Oh.
Crabtree fan. I was a huge Crabtree fan. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then like you got Frank Gore.
Frank Gore was.
Oh my
he's a
God.
stud. I love Frank
He's
Gore. I
from
always had
South
him
Florida.
on
He's
fantasy.
from South Florida as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Didn't he played for Miami, right?
Yeah, played for UM. Mhm.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep. I was there when he
Well,
was
this
playing
is
for
kind
UM.
of cool. So this is like breaking news. Do you want to be interviewed by Voyage Minnesota Magazine for entrepreneurs and creatives and community leaders?
Sure.
Yeah. Please let me know if you're available for an interview in the coming weeks. Cool. I guess we're gonna be in a mag.
Dang, look at that. Awesome.
Hey,
AD, man,
Look
it's
at
been a pleasure, man.
that.
It's so nice to meet you. And dude, let's run this back again here in the near future. When you do your next drop, we'll talk about that.
Next drop will be big. I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys again. Let's do it.
Absolutely, man. So thank you so much. And yeah, we'll talk soon.
All right, guys. You guys take care.
Have a good night. Take care.
All right.